You've been lied to about love your entire life. Look, I get it, that sounds a bit heavy right off the bat, but society and those classic romantic comedies have completely programmed us to believe in illusions. We're taught that playing hard to get inherently makes you more desirable simply because people want what they can't have. It sounds logical, right? But the absolute, brutal reality is completely different. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're decoding the invisible traps of modern romance, shattering the totally incorrect facts about attraction you probably still believe, and breaking down exactly how your brain is being hijacked. Okay, let's dive right into this. So do opposites actually attract? Well, I gotta be straight with you here, as a friend giving you a much-needed reality check. Playing games or purposefully seeking out your absolute polar opposite usually just ends up attracting avoidant, toxic dynamics into your life. When you put on a mask or try to manufacture friction just because you think it makes things interesting, secure people are simply going to walk away. They aren't interested in the chase. So who stays? Well, the people who thrive on instability.
Part 1. The opposites attract illusion. Novelty fades, but the friction remains.
Imagine you're a quiet, reflective introvert, and you happen to meet a loud, chaotic extrovert. At first, it is absolutely thrilling. It feels deeply romantic, almost like they complete your missing halves. But while that polarity offers an incredible burst of initial novelty, that novelty wears off very quickly. The biological and psychological reality of how we connect is actually super fascinating. Long-term compatibility relies on the Similarity-Attraction Effect. Science shows we're actually drawn to similarity, not difference. Long-term couples tend to share worldviews, values, humor, education, and, believe it or not, even facial features. Real compatibility comes from operating on a shared wavelength, not from existing on opposite poles.
So we really need to replace the myth with the reality here. That mixed and matched chemistry you thought was so exciting usually ends up falling completely apart. You need to stop looking for someone who aggressively challenges your entire reality and start looking for someone who actually reflects it. Honestly, stop seeking out extreme differences just because a movie told you it was romantic.
Moving on to Part 2. Passion versus love bombing, the danger of the rush.
Now, this brings us to the second major trap we fall into. You meet someone, and suddenly you are the absolute center of their world. They're texting you constantly, calling late at night, talking about forever by the second date. And you convince yourself you found your soulmate because the passion is just off the charts. But listen to me. You aren't experiencing love, you're experiencing love bombing. This isn't about genuine affection or authentic care. It's intense, manufactured emotion and massive compliments designed specifically to hook you. Under the hood, this person is creating an addictive high. They do this so that when they inevitably pull back and go cold, you'll blame yourself. You'll desperately chase a version of them that never actually existed in the first place. This happens in narcissistic relationships and trauma bonds all the time. Okay, here is your actionable fix, and it requires a bit of tough love. 1. Ruthlessly slow down. 2. Allow trust to form quietly, with time, space, and honesty. And 3. Ignore the manufactured rush. If someone tries to build something incredibly serious before trust even has time to naturally form, you have to recognize it for what it is. It's a performance. And my friend, you do not owe them an encore.
All right, Part 3. The toxic drama trap. Mistaking severe anxiety for love.
Man, we've all seen this incredibly destructive lie play out. You have explosive fights, followed by euphoric makeups, and you convince yourself that this drama proves the relationship is real simply because it hurts so much. You think, well, if I didn't care, I wouldn't be this upset. But returning after every massive fight isn't romance. What's actually happening is intermittent reinforcement. This is the unpredictable delivery of affection that triggers literal relationship addiction. Let's look under the hood at the science for a second. One day you're absolutely everything to this person, and the very next day you get absolute, deafening silence. Your brain simply cannot handle this unpredictable affection normally, so it starts to glitch.
Chemically, here's exactly what's happening inside your head. During those intense, dramatic moments, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding chemical, along with a massive spike in dopamine. Because the affection is so unpredictable, your nervous system gets hooked on the uncertainty. Your brain literally treats this toxic cycle exactly like a slot machine in a casino. You pull the lever, just hoping for the jackpot of their affection.
I really want to let this heavy truth sink in for a moment. You are mistaking severe anxiety for love and relief for happiness. This dynamic bonds pain with connection so tightly in your brain that a healthy, stable relationship will actually start to feel boring to you by comparison. Your nervous system is just craving that toxic cycle. You have to recognize this illusion to finally break it.
Which leads us to Part 4, future faking empty promises.
the mirage of tomorrow.
This is the final psychological glitch we're decoding today. It's the deeply ingrained belief that grand plans equal a committed partner. They paint these vivid pictures of trips you'll take together, houses you'll buy, and goals you'll achieve as a team. It feels incredibly real, but this is a psychological trap called future faking. These aren't real plans. They are manipulative promises used to keep you compliant, distracted, and emotionally invested while they get exactly what they want from you right now. Your brain latches onto these detailed, vivid promises because they feel like solid commitment. But the future never arrives, and the goalposts just keep shifting.
See, as humans, we're naturally wired to trust words and patterns, which is exactly why future faking is so incredibly effective. But you have to see through the illusion. You're making sacrifices for imaginary future plans, turning down your own opportunities and excusing their current bad behavior. The fix? You must purposely stop making sacrifices for a future that only ever exists in conversation. You have to evaluate their consistent patterns and behavior right now, today.
And finally, Part 5, Rewiring Your Attraction, the actionable reality.
Throughout this explainer, we've broken down exactly how your brain is hijacked by unspoken social rules and toxic relationship dynamics. Now it's time to break the cycle of self-sabotage. You have to stop letting these manipulation techniques control your dating life and truly protect yourself. If you take away just one profound rule from modern romance from everything we've talked about, let it be this. Look at their consistent patterns today, not their empty promises for tomorrow. Trust action. Trust the slow build of genuine connection. Trust stability over the manufactured dramatic rush.
So, I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. Are you ready to stop letting these psychological glitches control your life? Look, it takes real work to reevaluate your relationship patterns, to accept that those romantic comedies were wrong all along, and to truly seek out a healthy, quiet, and genuine connection. But you deserve a reality that reflects your worth, not an illusion that drains it. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.